what happens if the speed limit is 100 kilometers? And you get into an accident and you die. And you're like, well, the reason why I died, they found out that if I sped up, I would have avoided the accident. So whoever made me limit my ability to go from point A to point B at 100 kilometers, they're liable. Because if I could have done 120, I would have missed this accident. So whoever made me do 100, they're liable. I was like, dude, nobody made you do 100. You decided to do 100. It was your own free will. You could have went faster if you wanted to. But if I went faster, I would have got a ticket. And like Mark said, that somebody's like, the guy checked the guy's computer, and since he's speeding 3 hours early after driving a truck, that he wouldn't have been at the intersection at that time, 3 hours later.
Yeah, it was a truck driver. They do logs. I guess every truck stop, they have to log in, you know, the hours.
It's computerized. So all you have to do is pull a computer on a guy's truck, like a flight box, like the red box, yellow box, black box, whatever on a plane.
Yeah, okay.
They pull the box. And if they saw that he was speeding 3 days ago, well, then the odds of him being on that location on planet Earth couldn't have happened.
Yep.
But 3 days ago, he was speeding. So if he wasn't speeding 3 days ago, he couldn't have possibly been there on planet Earth at that location.
Yeah, so he got charged with the crime, and I think that was with Tracy Morgan, the comedian. I think that's the accident that happened.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, too, is if the truck driver was supposed to sleep for 8 hours, and he only slept for 7 hours and 59 minutes, he could be held liable because that 1 minute of extra sleep, he wouldn't have been at that intersection at that time. Wow. So see, that's what I'm saying. The government's going to micromanage you, and you're going to beg the government to shut your truck down, shut your car off, shut your everything off, so you can't be held liable for doing anything wrong anymore. So the government's going to say to the truck driver, well, from now on, you don't like being charged with an accident, right? Because you were speeding 17 days ago, right? Right. Okay, so we're going to set up your truck, and we're going to make sure that if you speed, we're going to make sure that we slow you down. How's that?
That's the governor.
Right, we're going to govern you. We're going to make a governor on your truck. And we're going to make sure that you can't speed. And it's all going to be automatic, like autopilot. Even if you were speeding 17 days ago, or you missed 3 minutes of sleep, you would have been asleep in those 3 minutes, and that little old lady wouldn't have hit that little old lady at the stop sign. So they say, you see how important it is to abide by the laws? So we'll help you. We're here to help you and assist you. Abide the laws. So you're going to go to sleep, and we're going to keep you asleep for the full 8 hours. So just plug yourself into this, and there's a machine that's going to keep you asleep for 8 hours, and you're not going to wake up. Oh, shit. They're just going to micromanage everything to fucking death. They're going to take all the fun out of fucking anything on planet Earth.
Yeah, that reminds me of the Google car going on in California. I read a story that the Google car ran over somebody's dog as it ran out in the street.
But see, they're not going to hold them live. They're going to say, well, that's to be expected because that person should have controlled their dog. It's not Google Car's fault. It's the owner of the dog's fault. See, because the car was doing everything legally. The dog was doing things that were illegal. Why was the dog in the street?
Yeah.
The dog was in a commission of an illegal activity. But the Google car is 100% legally doing what it legally is allowed to do.
Yeah. The
dog was doing something illegal.
So the dog's liable for the damage on the car.
That's right.
The owner of the dog.
Right. Is liable for the damage to the Google car.
Oh,
absolutely.
Man.
Next time, that owner will put some sort of a training collar on that dog, and it'll monitor that dog and keep that fucking dog on the damn sidewalk. Where it is, according to the law, the dog belongs on the sidewalk, not on a public thoroughfare. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Micromanagement.
That's right. The mommy state.
No more free will.
That's right. Well, you do have free will. You're going to either fucking comply with us or you're going to go to fucking jail and lose everything you got. So it's your choice. Do you wish to be part of us, or do you wish to have us fucking just take everything from you? Or do you wish to keep your stuff and not be held liable for anything? We'll let the machines take over, and the machines can control everything. How long you sleep, how long you drive, where you drive, when you don't drive, how fast you drive. We'll let the machines take over.
I think I saw that on TV.
It's simple, man. You can see it going that way, man, and I guarantee it's going to be like that in the next 15, 20 years. They're going to put they got the technology already for the car to follow, dotted lines in the road.
What about the law? If you hit somebody's dog, you have to stop and find the owner.
They're going to create, like I said, the dog was not in compliance with the legalese.
Right. They're going to change the code.
Right. Well, like I said, right. Well, the owner of the dog is not in compliance with legalese. The car is in full compliance with legalese. Now, natural law and the law of the land is no. When you see one of God's creatures on the road, you stop. It doesn't matter if you got the right of way according to legalese, you stop. But a machine has no concept of, I'm killing one of God's creatures. I better stop. So the cars say, no, in legal land, I've got the right of way and I'm going. The other machine has to stop. The only problem is the machine doesn't know the other machine ain't a machine. And
yeah, what if it's a little kid that runs out in the street after a ball?
Well, like I said, a machine doesn't have a conscience.
Yeah.
It can't tell if it's looking at another machine or it's looking at flesh and blood. How does it know?
Well, they better make those cars to be able to tell.
Well, they're not. No, I'm saying all they're going to say is your fault that you didn't train, discipline, and monitor your little fucking monster called a baby.
Mm.
What was your baby doing out running around in the street? Now we're going to hold you for child abuse and neglect because our machine killed your kid.
That doesn't sound like...
It sounds perfectly legal to me. It's perfectly legal to me. According to the code, that street is for the machine, not for babies, not for animals. So you're negligent the way you treated that baby or that animal. It's your fault that animal died. It's your fault that baby died. Not the machine's fault. The machine's just doing what the machine is to do. According to the legal society, it's in full compliance with the law. You're not. Your dog wasn't. Your child wasn't. And I backed them up. I said, yeah, what the hell was your dog doing in the street? What was your child doing in the street? What was he doing riding on a bicycle? He knows what the legal says. He's got to wear a helmet. He's got to stay on the sidewalk. What was he doing? Oh, well, the sidewalk it was broken. It had like a sinkhole that was 10 feet deep. Well, tell him to go around the world the other fucking direction. Don't go on the street. Stay on the sidewalk.
Go to the park.
Yeah, well, it's like, well, then there's a sinkhole that popped up behind the kid. He couldn't go backwards, couldn't go forward, so he had to go on the street. I said, okay, so then he bears a liability for not staying in compliance with legalese. If you want to live in a legal society, if you want to live in legal land, you better fucking comply. And 99% of the people would rather live in a society of legalese. They don't want to live in a society of like common sense, common law. They don't want to fucking rely upon their own common sense or their own beliefs. They want somebody to tell them what they can and cannot do. They'd rather put
the message, Carl.
They'd rather just put the blame on somebody else than themselves. It's like it's not my fault. Almost every single calls my show. It's always the other guy's fault, not theirs, for what the situation they're in.
With the IRS too.
Yeah, they like IRS anything, yeah.
Yeah.
Those bastards. What do you mean those bastards? Who told you to pick up a pen and paper and ink and put your name on it? Who told you to sign it? Didn't your daddy say you never signed nothing? No, my daddy never told me that. Why? He couldn't have been that fucking stupid. Don't tell me your dad was that fucking stupid until you don't ever fucking put your name to the paper because you're liable for that fucking paper then and everything on it.
My dad never told me that.
Well, there you go. Because then you know what? His dad didn't tell him that.
Nope.
Well, your dad was too busy getting stoned or something like that. He didn't remember what his dad told him. Or he was telling his dad to go fuck himself. Or he didn't communicate with his dad. I don't fucking know.
Yep, could have been.
But like I said, my dad told me that.
Thank God.
Don't put your name on a piece of paper. You put your name on a piece of paper, it makes you liable for the paper. Did you write the paper? No. Who wrote the paper? I don't know. Well, then you know what's in that man's mind? You know what's in that man's heart? You know what that man has in store for you? No. And why the fuck would you want to fucking be a liability? Well, I don't know, man. I got a motor vehicle thing I signed. I signed a piece of paper for motor vehicles. It's like, okay, did you create that thing? No. Well, now you did. You signed it. It's your baby. It's your little Picasso. Enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're liable for everything that's written on there. A lot of fun.
Thank you, Carl.
It's funny, man. It's like I said, as I'm telling you guys shit, like it's like Uncle Remus motherfucking guy I am. Like zippity fucking doodah. It's like what? Nobody ever fucking told you this old shit? Nobody ever told you about Briar Rabbit and a fucking tall patch? No, nobody told you that? No. Oh, okay. Why not?